Okay, Killer Croc. For those of you familiar with the Batman Power Attack, now simply Batman toy line, you'll know that we've already gotten a Killer Croc action figure in the basic range. And this is not a reuse at all. It doesn't reuse any of the old parts. It's a completely ground up new sculpt. And here he is with the original one. You see that the idea is pretty much the same. A very reptilian Killer Croc with robotic parts or metal parts. But the design is really very different. You look at this one and he's not quite cybernetic-y. He's got a few pieces, but this one he's half robot, So somewhere in here, this Killer Croc has gotten much more hurt than he was previously, and this guy is.
I don't know if you saw the heavy artillery Batman was packing in Power Attack, but he must have destroyed Killer Croc's
blew
body.
Him clean away.
His arms were ripped off. His jaw got ripped off again.
Yeah, the tail's gone. He has a metal tail.
Yeah, now he's got a metal tail, which plugs in, by the way.
He's probably living in misery, but that's good for us because the new sculpt is fantastic. I think it's an improvement over the original one. He has an excellent action feature. You squeeze the legs together. The arms raise and the mouth opens, hinged at the top and the bottom. So it opens in two parts.
The great thing about the hinge is that, if you're playing with the guy or displaying him or whatever, you can do this. It's pretty cool. Mm-hmm. He can say whatever you want him to. Or from the top.
Now, apart from that, he has 4 points of articulation. You can move the arms despite the action feature. There's some pretty heavy ratcheting in there, but you can move them. And then he has cuts at the wrists, so you can swivel his hands around.
Which was a really unexpected articulation point. I did not expect that he would articulate at the wrist.
It doesn't really look like it until you get a really close look at him either, but that was a good bonus. The tail plugs in, but it doesn't move around at all. And again, you can move the jaw independently, but it doesn't stay in place, so it's not really a point of articulation. You'd almost think that this leg would move. Like looking at it, I thought it would swivel, but it's completely stuck in place.
Now, as for paint applications, we have something a little bit different than the previous Killer Croc. Bring us out the other Killer Croc here, and we'll show you what we mean. This kind of has a very deep green to it, a lot like the Batman Killer Croc figure that we had gotten, which I like, but it just wasn't different enough for me from the other one. It kind of reminded me too much of it. So here we have this nice kind of brightened green that sort of reminds me of the DC Superheroes Killer Croc they did several years ago now.
Or the Kenner Night Force Ninjas Killer Croc in the 90s. That's what it made me think of.
And the Hulk legs here. Yeah. So this paintwork here, this really subtle kind of brushing, is really, really nice on the chest. Pretty unexpected. Really nice paint all over the face sculpt. The teeth are individually painted. There's the tongue in there that's painted. Gray plastic dominates a lot of portions of the figure. Like the
any
arms.
of the metal parts are just flat plastic. They're not painted, but it's a good color.
The back does not feature any sort of wash, which I don't think it should. And on the feet, there's only one missing paint application. The toenails aren't painted, which you would hardly ever even miss.
Maybe they're artificial too.
Yes, it's possible. So the paint is really, really nice. The detail is awesome, and this is definitely the superior of the two Killer Crocs, even without any kind of leg movement. And what a team-up it was. One would almost say it was a battle in a box.
I would go so far as to say that. That is something that could be said.
Batman and Superman, best of friends, apparently.
Killer Croc did not fare very well. No. I mean, look, I want to point out something here. I don't think Batman would need help trying to take down Killer Croc. Definitely not help from Superman. One or the other of them could do, especially if Superman were on his own, it'd be no challenge. So I don't quite understand the logic behind.
And if you read the back of the box, it implies that Superman, for some reason, is fighting Killer Croc on his own.
We have pull that box over here.
Yeah, we got the box right here. And as you can see, kids, just pause it and read it for yourself for a minute there. This hilarious story.
It insinuates that Killer Croc is a...
I don't think so. He's like a monumental villain or something like that. And I mean, who knows? With robot parts, maybe he is a challenge.
Maybe he's as strong as Metallo now.
I don't know. It's possible. Either way, for dubious reasons, these two had to team up. Maybe just to hang out, I'm suspecting, and they wanted a reason.
Just to have fun.
And that's basically what this set is. If it can be summed up, if you want a good reason to have fun and to hang out, this is it. Buy this set, and I guarantee you'll have some fun with your other adult collector buddies. Or, perhaps for children, as intended, even. Who's to say?
I don't know. We enjoyed it so much, I'd wager to say that children would like it too,
Look,
I'm just guessing.
Even with garbage bag capes, that's a pretty fun set. I'd definitely give it, I'd say 4 out of 5.
Oh, yeah, I think so.
Definitely
Well,
4 out of 5.
Especially considering the value. Like I said, just 2 basic figures is going to run you $10 a piece. That's the cost of the set.
Right.
So Batman and Superman. Croc is in the scale, and his action feature is the style of the deluxe figures, which are about $14 a piece. So that's like a free $14 value.
I mean,
buying the set.
It's really pretty good.
And to get 3 unique figures. The Batman is not available anywhere else. Superman as a character is not even available in the rest of the line, and Croc is a brand new version, ground up version, which is superior to the previous release, I think.
There's a lot to love here, so go out there and get it, guys. I mean, it should be popping up in retailers everywhere here pretty soon. Admire, which oddly enough is where all of the packs are found first. Yeah. Usually, all the Brave and the Bold hero packs, the Battle in a Box, that's what they call it. They're always found at Meijer, so I guess get out there. They also have the 3 3/4 vehicle set.
You can't go wrong with this set. Highly recommended.
So, until next time, just keep watching the videos, keep the comments pouring in, keep the subscriptions pouring in, and we promise we'll have more than we have in the last little bit.
Yes, we greatly appreciate it. Until next time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hands of the action figure.
Hello?
Hey, I'm on my way home and I'm almost a big deal, but I have to stop and get some lettuce for my dad at Save a Lot, and I'll give us some bread. Do we need anything else?
Eggs. We should put that in the bloopers, like definitely getting the call.
We're going to get chips.
It's Tommy Lee Jones.
He threw me off clear. Where is the Batman?
Where's the Batman?